So, good evening, friends. Welcome to today's session. I think everybody is busy today. Okay, very good. So, who all has done their, assignment which I had given?
Yes, I have done.
Yeah, please present.
Thank you. Share.
Yeah, I'm giving you. Yeah. Balakrishnan sir, have you done it? Okay, next we will come to you.
No, sir. No, sir.
Why?
Some firefighting in the factory, I couldn't able to concentrate.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. No, अभी आया नहीं. हाँ, अभी खुल रहा है.
Yes, homework assigned by you, sir. The 10 common mistakes in handling the political.
full screen चाहिए.
Full screen. ये कहाँ से होगा?
Full screen नहीं है ना?
Full screen नहीं. Wait, wait.
ये नीचे जरा एसी चलाना.
Yeah. Full screen. हाँ. चलो. कुछ ये वाला. आया?
नहीं.
कैसे आएगा?
जो स्केयर ऊपर स्केयर बॉक्स है उसको वाइडन करो ना. ऊपर
कर दिया?
ऊपर जो बॉक्स है क्रॉस के साथ इसको दबाओ. हाँ दबाओ. इसको दबाओ पूरा.
ये कुछ और आ गया.
तो हटा दो इसको. ये वाला बॉक्स हटाओ. ये स्क्वायर है जो ना. स्क्वायर ऊपर राइट साइड में स्क्वायर है. नहीं.
पहले अनशेयर कीजिए फिर से शुरू कीजिए.
ओके सर. Yep. Yes, sure. Yes.
माधु साहब पढ़ दो इसको.
पढ़ दो. वापस करते.
पहले पूरा अनशेयर करो फिर उस स्क्रीन को ओपन करो उसके बाद स्क्रीन शेयर करो.
क्लियर किया.
आपका फुल स्क्रीन आ गया है?
नहीं है.
तो फुल स्क्रीन करो ना पहले फिर शेयर करो. आपका तो डेस्कटॉप आया. अच्छा ठीक है, आप खोलो अपना वो वाला प्रेजेंटेशन.
प्रेजेंटेशन खोला. ये हो गया. ये प्रेजेंटेशन खोल दिया.
कहाँ प्रेजेंटेशन खोला है? हाँ, अब ऊपर का जो ये स्क्वायर है ना ऊपर राइट हैंड साइड टॉप में उसको क्लिक करो. स्क्वायर वो सर्किल. हाँ, उसका बगल वाला.
राइट वाला. राइट.
अरे यार बगल वाला स्क्वायर.
स्क्वायर को
ये
राइट जाओ. राइट राइट और राइट और राइट और राइट.
ये अच्छा.
राइट और राइट जाओ ना, हाँ ये,
हो गया?
हाँ
अब
हाँ,
आगे
चलो कोई बात नहीं आया फिर भी ठीक है, चलिए कोई बात नहीं।
और एक बार और दबाओगे आ जाएगा, और
हो
दबाओ,
गया।
दबाओ दबाओ एक बार।
ये
हाँ
ये है just 10 common mistakes in handling political hurdles. ये सर पहला है fail to understand the needs of concern. Identify and understand the needs of concern or all relevant uh, stakeholders. Then failing which can lead the misaligned strategies and resistance. Second, not effectively communicate to remove mistrust and resentment about any decisions. Be specific and clarify the motto of or purpose of behind it in two-way dialogue system. Third है not define the complete process of implementation of planning in order to save from wasted efforts and missing opportunities. Clear and well-defined strategy or complete process of implementation of planning is required. Not acknowledge previous agreements. Failing to acknowledge previous interactions, relationship, and agreements can create unnecessary tensions or hinder the progress of current. Not adapted the latest political changes. Must include the latest political scenario and new informations and in your new strategy. Otherwise, your planning can be remain ineffective and your progress, your growth will be disturbed. Ignoring the power of emotions. As we have already in motivational, never assume the power of emotions is lesser. It can lead mislead, it can lead miscalculation. Apply all techniques to ignite the power of emotions to lead the success and never make decisions based then they never make decisions on the basis of personal biasness or personal bias opinions. Any decision which you are required, please rather use evidence or data driven. And the eighth, failing to address the conflicts constructively. Always take care of conflicts, blames, and misbehavior seriously and use constructive way to mitigate them. Put the examples of good persons and the previous example of successful persons, successful solutions or so that the successful person to organize in an organization interests and develop the how to the target oriented to or not active listening. Listening carefully all stakeholders, whatever who is having, don't assume that anyone is lesser. We listen everyone and do whatever and understand their perspectives and find out the best solution for the better progress of the organization in the organization interest. And neglecting contrition. Always learn from mistakes and take feedback from the concerns and find out the way from feedback to feed forward so that the contrition remain or guilty feeling may or regression may not remain. These are the 10 political common mistakes which I have. Thank you.
ठीक है, थैंक यू थैंक यू।
Thank you.
अनशेयर कर दीजिए। ओके, जयेश जी, अच्छा प्रसूद, हैव यू वर्कड ऑन इट?
No, sir. Actually, I was traveling, sir. Even now, I'm traveling to Chennai, sir.
ओके, सुरेश?
See, the common mistakes on political order, first, not identifying power centers in the team, number one. Number two is basically authoritative or yeah, authoritative activity so that there is discontent. Third is basically there is no consensus that is taken and emotions is not given importance. And fifth one is basically, sorry. Fifth one I have just written is there is interdepartment conflict and other aspects which is affecting the overall function of the team. This 5 only I have written, sir, so far.
ओके, जयेश जी आपने कुछ प्रिपेयर किया होमवर्क पे? आप म्यूटेड हैं।
Sir, I have not prepared, sir.
Okay, never mind. So you see, first let us understand what exactly is this political hurdle. Anil Goswami sir.
मैं सर
हाँ
अभी प्रिपेयर कर लिया 10 मिनट.
हाँ बोलिए कीजिए.
Common mistakes in handling. First is lack of transparency.
हाँ
So lack of transparency.
अच्छा.
So we are not transparent with the team, and there is no dashboard is created. That is one of the major problem. Then requirement of the whatever the product or the resources or the strategy. So the requirement we don't understand properly. Third is process strategy not designed with the team. Only one man at the top is designing and without taking the requirement and feedback from the team. Then we are very rigid. So that is also one of the big problem, and the communication is extremely poor, and lack of political will to take the team together, and ignoring stakeholder engagement. We have to engage the team together, and some of the solutions are building coalition and awareness, creating awareness in the team. So we have to engage them together, and then that includes stakeholder also, and we create transparency and accountability also, and then we form the cross team we form it so that we get better result. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. See, we have to first understand what is generating these hurdles. That is the most important thing you have to understand. Can anyone tell me what are the things which generate the hurdles?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
The first thing is not proper communication.
No.
When-
Everyone, you see, everyone thinks this is my turf, this is my area.
Turf, that is my turf.
My turf. So you should not enter into it. ये हमारा एरिया है, ये हमारा fiefdom है.
Sorry. Yes.
हाँ, ये हमारी जागीर है, इसमें आप एंटर मत करो.
Yes.
दूसरा क्या है? They have vested interest in it. वो जो कर रहे हैं उसमें उनका वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट होने के कारण क्या होता है, वो नहीं चाहते हैं कि कोई उसमें दखलंदाजी करे.
Yes.
वो वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट जब अफेक्ट हो जाता है, then when there is the vested interest of the people is affected, they get irritated and they don't allow anything to happen. They start sabotaging by creating confusion. They start questioning the feasibility of the strategy, the project, because their vested interest is being affected. If they know influential people, or if they know someone who knows influential people, what do they start doing? They start creating alliances with powerful people so that you can be toppled and you can be discredited. In other words, they don't want you to take credit for anything in their area. They don't want to do anything, so they adopt a wait and watch attitude. जो मैं कर रहा हूं वही करूंगा. I will not do anything beyond that. These are some of the political hurdles which are created. You see, they have got influence. They are scared that that influence and that power will go away. And above all, you see, there is a bureaucratic procedure. They put into action the bureaucratic procedure so that you are unable to perform. And when you don't perform, you fail. They can always say, you see, I told you, this will not work. These are how political hurdles are created. The mistakes which happen is, along these lines only, you always attack the turf. You don't take into consideration the turf. So let us go into greater detail and see what are the mistakes which happen. Common mistakes in addressing political hurdles. The first mistake is ignoring or underestimating internal power centers. Like Suresh said, every office, every department has got an internal power center, somebody who has all the power in him. If you are going to ignore that and you are going to underestimate that person's authority, then it is a very big mistake. In addressing political hurdles or in addressing the possibility of these hurdles coming up, you have to ensure that these power centers are taken care of. Controlling powerful resistors directly. You should never try to confront powerful resistors directly. Trying to neutralize powerful opponents through confrontation or ultimatum or threatening is a very dangerous thing that will not work. This will escalate opposition and force stakeholders to entrench themselves further or sabotage in a very discreet manner so that they are not blamed but the work does not get done. One of the major problems is in handling political hurdles or powerful people is we think, going and talking to them one-on-one will help. We will try to explain to them. We will be transparent. Those things will not work. They will take it out on you. The third thing, lack of coalition building. Remember one thing, the best way to handle political hurdles is to create coalitions within the organization. Have your own group of people who will drive the agenda. This coalition building is a very important thing. Driving change as a solo effort or limited to small leadership group will not succeed. Without broad internal coalition, opponents can isolate the change leader and block the momentum. You require a broad coalition of people within the organization. If just one or two people want it, it will not work. For instance, Jayesh has got about 20 people working in his office. If Jayesh thinks just by myself and having one more person supporting me, I can bring the change in the company, it will not work, even though the company is his. It is his company. He should be having the authority to do what he wants, but it will still not work because the balance 18 people or 17 people, barring the one other person who is with him, they will sabotage the whole thing. So you have to have a broad coalition. That means at least a large number of these people, along with the silent influencers, should be on Jayeshji's side and try to drive it. Only then it will work. Otherwise, it will not work. You see, we often think, "Yeah, hamari company, this is my company. I have given job to them. Who are they not to?" That will not work. They will tell you on your face, "We will do, sir. Ha, sir, this is a very good idea. We will do it." But they will not do it. So you have to be very careful there. What is the fourth? Not leveraging internal influencers. I told you just now, there are many internal influencers in every company, big or small. Remember one thing, you are not the influencer. You are only the promoter of the company. You are the owner of the company. You are the management of the company. Influencers are those people who don't have authority, but who are highly respected and people listen to them. Overlooking informal leaders or influencers who can help shape stakeholder opinion is a very dangerous thing. You can't ignore them. These influencers can either act as change multipliers or powerful blockers. Change multipliers means they can multiply the impact and speed with which you want to bring about change. Or they can block the plan that you have got. Not involving them is a very big lost opportunity in handling political hurdles. Either addressing political hurdles or preventing political hurdles from coming up. Failing to frame the change as a win-win for stakeholders. You see, all employees, all promoters, all investors, all customers, they are all stakeholders. So any change that we want to bring, any strategy we want to implement, We have to be able to show the world why it is a victory for them, why it is a win-win situation for everybody. Company also benefits, customer also benefits, investor also benefits, employee also benefits. Only when we can do this can we ensure that the political hurdles can be overcome. This is a very, very important thing. Failing to frame the change. Framing of change means the message has to be modeled in such a way, articulated in such a way that it answers the question, what's in it for each power group? Stakeholders resist change when they see losses. Remember one thing, whenever people see a loss, be it in terms of power, be it in terms of money, be it in terms of influence, they will always resist the idea. So you should never allow anyone to think that this change which you are planning through this strategy is going to bring about any loss to anyone. That will not work. Many people, they keep the change agenda hidden till the last moment. They think, that if people come to know that you are planning a change, they will resist. But then keeping it hidden is oftentimes a bigger danger than letting small amount of information about it outside so that people get acclimatized to it. If they know such a change is coming, if they hear rumors or if they hear the grapevine, if they hear some sort of a idea they start getting, initially, even if there is resistance, over a period of time, this will become old news and resistance will reduce. So any change that you are planning, don't keep it hidden till the last moment. Lack of transparency breeds suspicion. If you are not going to be transparent about the idea, it will, breed suspicion. Powerful stakeholders will feel excluded, and people in general will react very defensively. So don't be very secretive about whatever strategy or agenda you have up your sleeve. Ignoring external stakeholders. This is another very important thing. Who are the external stakeholders? The powerful people. The people who are ultimately going to be benefiting from it. The investors, the departmental heads, the ministry heads, all these people are external stakeholders. Ignoring them and not taking their requirement into account is very dangerous. The regulators, the suppliers, the customers, the media can all influence internal resistance. Underestimating all these people is a very dangerous thing. External pushback can embolden. It will make the internal resistors even more bold and create a legitimate crisis. Already there are possibilities of resistance from within. If external agencies also start resisting the whole thing, it can become very dangerous. So don't ignore them. Always run these ideas through them, find out what the lay of the ground is, and try to influence them. Over-centralizing the communication strategy. This is another very big problem. Don't over-centralize the communication. Trying to control every message from the top without allowing stakeholders level dialogue is very dangerous. Allow the dialogue to happen. When the dialogue happens between the people, many confusion will get sorted out. Allow the dialogue to happen. Not addressing loss aversion heads on. You see, the prospect theory, the loss aversion is a very important thing. Failing to recognize and talk about what people perceive they will lose due to the change is very important. Every change, people have a fear. Because you see, when something is going on as it is, you know what you are getting from it. in terms of money, in terms of freedom, in terms of job satisfaction, in terms of authority, in terms of maneuvering space within the organization. You are getting all these things. When there is a change, suddenly a question mark comes on everything. Will I continue getting the same salary? Will my power be the same? Is there a possibility that I may have to report to somebody else, or someone else will become more influential than me? What are the working hours in the changed circumstances? How that will affect my personal life? What will be the deliverable? So all these things, they create a big problem. People see it as a loss.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
So in project management, so we use the term gatekeepers. And gatekeeper, they do not have power to do any approval of the project, but they have a lot of power to stall the project, to obstruct the project. They call them gatekeepers. Like stakeholders, they have power they have negative power always. They may not have positive power.
Most people have negative power.
Okay.
Positive power is only with a few people.
Okay. Right.
Anyone can sabotage anything. And in the political hurdles are the way that happens. So how will you ensure that does not happen? Not timing political moves strategically. This is another very thing. Every move should be done in a very strategic way. Trying to make all changes at once or at politically sensitive movements is very dangerous. You should know when is the right time to do something. When is the right time to?
Why two colors, blue and red?
No, just five अलग-अलग करके किया है.
Right.
Okay. Now, what all can be the strategies to overcome political hurdles? Number one, identify and map political landscape early. Before implementing the strategy, map the political landscape, find out who are the internal influences, who are the most powerful people in the department, who all can affect. आपने बोला ना gatekeeper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
कौन है वो gatekeeper? इसको पता लगा लीजिए. And then हर gatekeeper के लिए अपना strategy बनाइए. Number two, secure a consigliere or inside supporter. Always have an inside supporter with you. That is very, very important. Inside, find someone with credibility and influence inside the resistant group. हर एक ग्रुप जो रेसिस्ट कर रहा है उसमें कोई तो होगा जिसके हाथ में बहुत पावर है, इन्फ्लुएंस है, जिसको आप अपने तरफ मोड़ सकते हो, whom you can convert to your cause. Do that and then ensure that the necessary influence is brought to be exerted. 3, convert key opponents by giving them a stake. Your main opponents offer roles, pilot ownership of a pilot project, visibility in the change process. These things you can do. You make them a co-owner with reputational interest in the success. So that, if it becomes successful, they will also get credit. These key opponents bring about some stake in it for them. They are opposing because they think they don't have a stake. They are opposing because they think they will lose their turf. They are opposing because they think their influence is being affected. But when you create an alternate benefit for them in the success of this project, then they start co-owning that project or that strategy. Build a credible coalition of influencers. Identify the influencers and bring about a coalition with them. Rope them into the idea of driving the change. Leverage external endorsements. Find out some very powerful people from outside, like maybe, the minister of that department, or some a celebrity, a person who has got very big influence, maybe a retired CEO of the company, or maybe a relative of the promoter, or some member from the board. Leverage their endorsement, get them to endorse the project so that others will feel scared. If we go against him, those people will come after us. Use support from big customer groups or the partners, some major partner, so that the people who are going to try to sabotage it, they will feel scared that no, this person has got external support. Time and sequence the change strategically. Find out which is the most optimum time to create the change. Prevent triggered resistance. For instance, imagine that the company's performance review is due. Okay. Performance review will decide how much salary increase and all these things you will get. Exactly at that time, you go and say, I will introduce perform-linked incentive. What will happen? There will be huge resistance. Because the performance review will happen at a period when already performance is over. Now, if you say after the performance period is over, you tell now I will bring performance-linked incentive, those who have not performed well, they will get affected. At the same time, if you tell 6 months in advance, that 6 months later, we will bring performance-linked incentive. We are willing to support you to ensure that your performance is better. Now you see everyone has got 6 months to work well, focus on their work, enhance their performance, and get the benefit of it. Or before budgeting, that budgeting time has come. Let us say we are in January, budget is going to start. Suddenly you start making plans for project. What will happen? This project is going to require money. Where will that money come from? From the money which the company has got. So automatically your budget will all be cut. And if your budget is cut and target goes up, objectives go up, you get into a trouble. So that is not the right time to announce a new project exactly before the budget. See, like this, timing is very, 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 very important. Keep a very close watch on it. Time and sequence the change strategically. Frame the change as a win for all. Whenever you are bringing about a strategy, talk about the benefit of that strategy, the change to everyone very loudly. That is what you should be talking about. You can talk about the benefit to the company as a last resort. But first, what you should do is you should frame the change as a winning situation, as a benefit to all the stakeholders, to the employees, to the promoters, to the investors, to the industry, to the ministry, to the supplier, to the customer. All these people talk how this is going to benefit them. Finally, you can also very mildly add a few sentences about why the corporation, the company has brought in this change and how it will benefit from it. But you have to frame the change as a win for all. Then create visible early wins and credit allies. Have in your mind symbolic wins, small things which, when achieved, can be tom-tommed and projected as a win. We always wait for things to happen and then think whether this should be appreciated. But a good manager, a person who has got the ability to overcome political hurdles, will be a person who will first be able to chart out all the good things that can happen during the course of the implementation. And then as it happens, he starts creating visibility for it so that there is buoyancy among the people. Any questions? No questions.
Can we see the slides, sir? Back. What is point number 2, sir? Secure a consignee or insights voter.
Secure a consigliere or inside supporter. That means आपके कंपनी के अंदर, टीम के अंदर ऐसे कोई ना कोई एक ऐसा शख्स होगा जो बहुत पावरफुल है.
Oh,
उसको अपने तरफ खींचो,
right.
जिसकी क्रेडिबिलिटी हाई है और इन्फ्लुएंस बहुत हाई है.
Thank you. Thank you.
आप देखिए, आप क्या करते हैं जब आप जो स्पीच देते हैं. मैंने देखा आज के स्पीच में आपने क्या किया. आपने 2 लोगों को अप्रिशिएट किया कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
वो क्या है? आप उनको अपने तरफ खींच रहे हो so that they will appreciate what you are telling and everyone will join with them. They are most probably the most powerful people in the group.
Yes.
इसी को कहते हैं कि अपने तरफ खींच लेना.
बात ये आप बड़ी देर में समझाया साहब, अब तो सब कुछ ये बातें पहले समझाते तो कुछ काम बातें, अब क्या कर
अब भी करो, खाली करो ना, कोई बात
कर रहे हैं ना,
कर खुश करो.
हमारे गोस्वामी साहब तो कर ही रहे हैं.
गोस्वामी साहब कर रहे हैं, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा. अब ये सब बातें पहले सीख लेते होते तो अब हम भी कुछ कर पाए.
अब भी करोगे, आप भी करोगे.
जयेश जी, इज इट क्लियर?
यस सर, यस सर.
एनी क्वेश्चंस?
मतलब अभी क्वेश्चन तो ऐसा है, वॉट एवर यू हैव डिस्क्राइब्ड इज फॉर लार्ज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस.
नहीं, छोटी, सबसे छोटे के लिए भी यही है. देखिए जयेश जी, आप भले ही कंपनी के मालिक क्यों नहीं हैं, करता कौन है सब काम?
टीम ही करती है.
टीम ही करती है. अच्छा, मालिक लाख चाहे, टीम नहीं करेगी तो क्या कर सकता है मालिक?
करेक्ट है
ये
सर.
भी तो संभव नहीं है कि आप सबको निकाल दोगे.
नो.
फिर काम करेगा कौन?
करेक्ट.
जो आएगा वो भी ऐसे ही रहेगा. आपको एक प्लान करना है, कुछ करना है. मान लीजिए 4 लोगों से काम निकालना, उन चारों में से एक जो सबसे ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंशियल है उसको पहले अपने तरफ खींच लीजिए.
करेक्ट.
What I used to do if I have to, budget session है जनवरी में, तो मैं क्या करता था, अक्टूबर से शुरू हो जाता था। अपने डिफरेंट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट्स को बुलाया, बोला कभी लंच पे चले गए, हाँ
Right.
कभी कॉफी के लिए बुला लिया, और फिर कुछ अच्छा बताओ ऐसे करने से कैसे होगा, वैसे करने से इधर उधर फेंकते रहो, मतलब पॉइंट में नहीं आते थे।
Correct.
तो क्या होता था, दे यूज्ड टू थिंक कि नहीं साहब हमसे सजेशन ले रहे हैं। और फिर अभी मैंने जैसे अभी किया, गोस्वामी सर का वो वीडियो देख के गोस्वामी सर को याद दिला दे कि आपने ऐसे किया है।
Hmm.
हाँ, वैसे ही जब मेन डिस्कशन होती थी, अचानक एक को बुला के, अरे आपने उस दिन बोला था याद है,
Hmm.
आपने ये बोला था यार, तो सबको लगेगा कि साहब जो है हमारी तो आइडिया बोल रहे हैं।
Right. Correct.
आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग?
Right. Right. Yes. Yes.
वो जो बोले हैं उसके साथ मैं जो बोलने वाला हूं उसका कोई लिंक ही नहीं रहेगा। लेकिन
Hmm.
बनाने में कहां देर लगती है।
Right.
अब बोलो, अरे माथुर साहब याद है आपने उस दिन हम जब बजटिंग की बात कर रहे थे तो आपने ऐसे बोला था। मैं सोचने लगा कि हाँ माथुर साहब तो ठीक बोल रहे हैं।
Hmm.
माथुर साहब तो फूल के एकदम मतलब ढोल हो गए सबके बीच में। और फिर क्या हुआ, अब क्या होगा, और सब बाद में माथुर को पकड़ेंगे, यार तू तो बड़ा छुपा रुस्तम निकला यार,
हाँ.
बॉस से ये सब बातें करके आता है और हमसे बोला भी नहीं। अब माथुर साहब क्या बोलेंगे, माथुर साहब को मतलब फुलझड़ियां चल रही हैं, बोले अरे नहीं यार वो ऐसे ही पूछ रहे थे, हमने बोल दिया, मुझे कैसे मालूम था वो सीरियसली ले लेंगे, उसी पे काम करने लगेंगे, वो अपना और फेंकना शुरू कर दिए। इससे क्या होगा, धीरे 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 माहौल बन जाएगा। और जब आप बोलोगे अपना स्ट्रेटेजी को, बजट को, सभी को लगेगा कि अगला जानता था, मैं ही नहीं जानता था।
Right.
और जब सब ये सोचेंगे कि अगला जानता था मैं नहीं जानता था, वो अगले से जाके बात नहीं करेंगे।
Hmm.
अब पॉलिटिक्स करने के लिए अगले से बात करना जरूरी है।
Right.
अकेले तो आप पॉलिटिक्स कर नहीं सकते हो।
Hmm.
आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग?
Yes.
मेरे साथ तो ये हुआ था, मैं तो डायरेक्ट जो इन्फ्लुएंसर थे उससे फाइट ही हो गई।
वाह, तो ये इसको कहते हैं आ बैल मुझे मार।
और खूब
मतलब
क्या
गंगा जी से पहले कनाल काटा, मगरमच्छ को बुलाया, फिर पांव दे दिए उसके मुंह पे। अब
बुरी तरफ
मगरमच्छ सोच रहा है कि मैं करूं तो क्या करूं, अब तो काटना ही पड़ेगा, नहीं तो अपनी इज्जत की बात है।
फाइट हो गई, लेकिन मेरे ऊपर हायर सोर्सेज अच्छे थे उस समय, तो मैं विन हो गया। फिर उसके बाद में वो इन्फ्लुएंसर
कभी देखिए, एक चीज मैं बता रहा हूँ माथुर साहब, ऑफिस में किसी से भी या वर्क में किसी से भी लड़ना जो है,
नहीं,
इट्स अ
लड़ना नहीं है
वेरी बिग
वो
मिस्टेक।
वो इन्फ्लुएंस करना चाहते थे, मैच और राइट था। तो मैंने कहा भाई इस बात में मैं बोर्ड के जो रूल्स है उसके अनुसार ही करूंगा, नहीं तो नहीं करता, चाहे कितना भी किसी से भी खेलवा दो। वो उस बात में फाइटिंग हो गई, वो कहे नहीं करवाऊंगा, करवा नहीं। मैं चला गया सामने से, हाईएस्ट लेवल पे
So
बुलाया
we
गया,
can,
मेरी कंप्लेंट कर दी गई। और
Mathur Saab, we can learn a lesson for future.
हाँ,
Future
अब
में तो
आज समझाया आपने कि अरे मैं तो पागल था, काय को इतनी लड़ाई करी, वहीं समझौता करके ला करके, और खुद भी बेनिफिट शांति से रहता और बेनिफिट में भी रहता।
देखिए एक चीज है, आप जितने भी आप में काबिलियत क्यों ना हो, however much you may be capable, please remember one thing: if you don't know how to handle these situations,
Yes,
growing will be very difficult.
100%.
Growth is very
In
difficult
personal life
if you
also, sir,
don't
you are
know.
telling. In personal life also, you are these phenomena are required.
हाँ, these are all very important.
हमारे साथ तो जो लेडीज भी लड़ने आती है ना जी एसोसिएशन में, बाद में वो हक करके जाती है, शेक हैंड करके हक करके।
Yes, now let us see, let us go on to the next one.
यस सर।
Yes.
What happens when you overcome all the 4 hurdles? What are the 4 hurdles? Now, everyone, please unmute your videos. I want to see you.
Cognizant hurdle,
Cognitive,
resource hurdle,
resource hurdle,
motivational hurdle,
motivation or political.
political hurdle.
ठीक है. Now you tell me, what will happen when you overcome the cognitive hurdle? See, because there are only 6 people here, I don't want to have a breakout room. Otherwise, there was a breakout room activity here. Everybody is traveling. I don't know why suddenly everybody is traveling today. And Yogesh has got a presentation in the Printers Association. He is not there. Mr. Vikas, I don't know why he has not joined. Mr. Singaraju is traveling, going back to Saudi Arabia. Now tell me, what happens when the cognitive hurdle is overcome?
When cognitive hurdle is, you can overcome, the person is more attached toward you. All misunderstandings and all those things, they are finished. You are on the same alignment. You are on the same alignment. So what do you think? Both of you, when the cognitive hurdle is over.
Oh, Suresh is also leaving by Rockford to teach.
I'm leaving by 10 o'clock.
Okay. So you'll have to leave for the station now, na?
What's that?
No,
What time
you
is
will
the
leave
train?
on 10, at
No,
10
no,
o'clock.
I've asked the auto to come at 9:55.
Okay, no issue. Yeah. Prasud is also traveling. Okay, tell me. Jayeshji,
Yes, sir.
so what happens when the cognitive hurdle is overcome?
When the cognitive hurdle is overcome, uh, motivation and engagement will start.
Okay. Motivation, engagement will start.
Yes, sir.
So the team members will be having a clear clarity towards the organization's goal.
Very good. Correct. Absolutely right. When
Your
the cognitive hurdle is overcome,
objectives and other things would be
strategic clarity and shared vision. That is
alignment.
the first thing that happens when the cognitive hurdle is overcome. So before the strategy implementation, you have to ensure that everyone is on the same page and everyone is able to align themselves with the strategy.
Yes.
So the cognitive hurdle is a very, very important thing in it. Strategic clarity or shared vision. What does it look like when such a thing happens? Employees at all levels understand why the change is necessary. The organization is aligned behind a clear and inspiring strategy. The entire organization supports the strategy. Conversations shift from why should we change to how can we lead the change. When the cognitive hurdle is overcome, it is no more why this should be done. It is always how well can we do this. Is it clear? See, if you remember, Apple, before Steve Jobs returned from the near collapse, was laser-focused vision around product simplicity and user experience. When Steve Jobs had left, Apple was on the near collapse. When he came back, he was focused on, product simplicity and user experience he started talking about. He had to explain to the employees why it is necessary, and then that became a cultural mantra in Apple, which is even today applicable. Even today, Apple's mantra is simplicity and experience. This is what cognitive hurdle does. Now tell me, what does overcoming resource hurdle do? The second is resource, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What does it do?
When the resource
So it
hurdle is
can increase
overcome,
operational profits. It can ensure effective utilization of all the resources to the potential, and thereby the organization is not just looking at mediocrity but excellence.
Then what does overcoming?
So the proper utilization of
Right.
the company's resources and increase in productivity, sir.
First class.
Right
What
person
it
at the right
does
place.
is, I'm very happy, Prasud, you have done a great job in answering this. Resource agility and frugality driven innovation. Resource agility means optimum use of the resources. Frugality driven innovation means least expenses. Innovate using minimum resources by focusing on strategic leveraging points. Non-core projects are dropped. Unnecessary projects are dropped. And resources are funneled towards high-impact initiatives. Company becomes very frugal. It does not spend unnecessarily. Only on hot spots, money is put, people are put, technology is put, all resources, time, effort, energy, finance, machinery, technology, everything is funneled towards high impact projects and high return projects. Unnecessary adventurism is avoided.
Maximizing productivity and minimizing
Losses.
wastage.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Eco-friendly.
Now tell me, what happens when motivational hurdles are overcome?
Everyone's goal is toward the organization.
Ah,
Everyone is aligned to do good for organization.
yes. Then
So there is a total clarity about the goals, what they want to achieve, and everybody puts its effort towards that.
first class, you are right. Energized and empowered workforce is what happens when motivational hurdles are overcome. Employees are emotionally engaged and go the extra mile. They are more outcome focused. They are concentrating on outcome. There's a sense of ownership and pride in contributing to strategic goals. There is huge amount of ownership, high morale. Attrition is very low. And strong informal leadership emerge. And what is the final one? When political hurdles are overcome, what happens?
the organization gathers speed towards its desired objective.
Very good. Very good. There is unified leadership and stakeholder alignment. The entire leadership is unified in one team. Internal turf wars diminish. Leaders work collaboratively across departments and silos. Powerful internal and external stakeholders become champions of the change. Decision making is faster, politics is minimal, execution is focused.
More synergy, more cooperation.
Yes, that means it is an ideal family environment in a positive way. So you see, We start with overcoming cognitive hurdle, where we create clarity in the minds of the people. Then we overcome the resource hurdle so that the right resources, the minimal resources are used for maximum returns. Unnecessary non-core projects are dropped and only the money is put on core projects. Third thing is the employees are all energized and emotionally attached to the objective. They are totally engaged. And finally, the entire company works as one team without politicking and without pulling each other down. Don't you think this is the type of company we want to build?
Yes,
Eco-friendly atmosphere.
This is the type of company, if you want to build, you should never ever forget these 4 hurdles and how to overcome them. Keep these recordings safe. See them again and again. Balakrishnan ji, are you understanding what I'm telling?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See the thing again and again. Participate. Think about it. You see, just listening and seeing is not sufficient. Even in that free mentorship group, I did not see you participate. That is not right. Without participation, you will not learn, Balakrishnan ji. I am telling you. If you think that just by listening or reading, everything will go in, it will not go in. We have to practice, we have to participate. Only then empowerment will happen.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay.
So go see the recording again and again so that you will be able to understand. And if you have doubts, ask me. We have got our next meeting. When are we having? On 30th, no?
30th, sir.
30th, Chandru is not coming.
Monday, sir. No, sir. He is selling
Okay.
4th.
So 30th, we will have our meeting, regular meeting.
Yeah. Zoom meeting will do.
So let us now see how the company will look before you overcome the hurdles and after the hurdles are overcome. Before the hurdles are overcome, there is confusion about the vision. There is confusion in the mind of the people as to exactly what it is that the company wants to do. But after the hurdles are overcome, clear direction and common purpose. The entire company develops a clear direction and everyone's purpose is unified. It is in one single direction. Before, what is their wasted budget on pet projects? Anyone, any powerful man comes up with a project and then a lot of money goes into it. You keep running around, chasing mirages. All falls along. But afterwards, focused spend on strategic impact. You spend only money on those which will have strategic impact. Employee apathy or cynicism. Employees are very apathetic. They are not motivated. They are cynical. They are not convinced. But afterwards, high engagement and ownership. The first, confusion about vision is when there is a cognitive hurdle. When the hurdle is overcome, clear direction and common purpose. The second, wasted budget on pet projects is when there is a resource hurdle. When the resource hurdle is overcome, focus spent on strategic impact. You spend money only on those projects which will give you good returns. Then employee apathy or cynicism. There is total apathy among the employees. Employees are cynical. They are not convinced about the company and its objectives. This is the motivational hurdle. Then comes power games and silos. This is the political hurdle. There are lots of power games in the company. Teams are there. They all fight for themselves. But after you overcome that, cross-functional collaboration starts. People start collaborating with each other. What is the outcome? When all these four are achieved. Before this, we had said that anyone can make a strategy, but implementation is the problem. If anyone can make a strategy, then what is a strategy? It is just a document. So before the hurdles are overcome, the strategy is only a document. But after they are overcome, strategy becomes a way of life, and you start implementing it, and you start building your organization and your career. That's all for today. This brings us to the end of overcoming hurdles to strategy implementation. Next week, we will be starting on a new strategy topic. I will let you know what it is. In all probability, it will be the sixth path to achieving blue ocean strategy. Any questions?
Sir, I have a 1 minute video
Yeah.
which I can show how we create the transparency and confidence among our people.
Please.
Thank you so much. No, not able to. Yeah. Is it voice is coming, sir? Sound?
नहीं, अब ऑन कीजिए. नहीं, वॉइस नहीं आ रहा है. एक मिनट रुक जाइए. आप ऊपर देखिए, आप वॉइस शेयर, साउंड शेयर कीजिए. तो
हाँ जी,
साउंड शेयर कीजिए. आप
ये क्या आवाज नहीं आ रही?
नहीं आ रही है.
ओहो, इसमें स्टॉप
शेयर
शेयर.
साउंड कीजिए ना ऊपर.
अच्छा, ओके. शेयर.
एक मिनट रुकिए.
शेयर.
ऊपर शेयर साउंड होगा, देखिए 3 डॉट आएगा. आप पहले लोड कीजिए इसको.
अच्छा, ओके.
लोड कर दिए.
हाँ, ये 3 डॉट आ गया.
ऊपर जो 3 डॉट आ रहा है ना,
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
उसको क्लिक कीजिए.
ये मोर पे, MORE, मोर.
देखिए ऊपर
शेयर.
आपका
हाँ,
शेयर साउंड आया.
शेयर कंप्यूटर साउंड. यस.
हाँ,
मोनो
मोनो नहीं, स्टीरियो.
स्टूडियो. ओके.
चलो
MCG.
नमस्कार. मैं कल का आपको ना अपडेट देता हूँ. हमारी समस्या ये है कि हमारे जो बाउंड्री है 11-9, जो बाउंड्री वॉल है 9 में, इसके पीछे कॉन्स्टेंटली बर्निंग होती है कूड़े की, और कूड़ा फेंकते हैं, विच इज़ अ वेरी नॉइसेंस प्रॉब्लम. कल हम 6 लोग गए थे, जिसमें मिस्टर राहुल साहब थे, हमारे को लीड किया उन्होंने, राहुल गुप्ता जी. उसके बाद राखी गई, वो भी वहीं रहती है. और राखी का हस्बैंड गया संजीव कपूर, वो भी वहीं रहते हैं। अनिल कुमार गोस्वामी वो भी वहीं रहते हैं, वो यहाँ दूसरी लाइन में है। एक मिस्टर गई साहब गए और विनायक मिश्रा जी गए। तो हम लोग छः जने कल वहाँ पे रिक्वेस्ट करने गए थे। सबसे पहले हम गए वहाँ पे डीसी साहब के ऑफिस, बिल्कुल अपना डॉक्यूमेंट हमारे साथ थे, पुरानी सारी हिस्ट्री हमारे साथ थी। तो जब हम कल गए तो अनफॉर्चुनेटली डीसी साहब तो हमें मिले नहीं, वो टूर पे थे। फिर हम एडीसी साहब के पास गए, वो भी टूर पे थे। फिर हमने क्या किया, पीए ने कहा आप डॉक्यूमेंट मुझे दे दो, जैसे ही आएंगे मैं आपको ना मैं उनके आगे पेश कर दूंगा और आपकी अपॉइंटमेंट लेके ऑन कर दूंगा, या आप 10 से 12 रोज़ का ही काम है, आप फ़ोन कर लेना। हफ्ते में 2 दिन उनकी होती है वो जो पब्लिक हेयरिंग होती है। तो वहाँ उसके बाद हम गए ऑफिस में, वो जो म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन ऑफिस में, वो 34 सेक्टर में। जब हम वहाँ पे गए तो वहाँ हम कमिश्नर साहब को मिले एंड वी वर रियली सरप्राइज। वो ऐसे कॉरपोरेट का ऑफिस लग रहा था जैसे 7 स्टार होटल हो, इतना अच्छा उन्होंने बना दिया। तो उनके पास गए, वो अंदर वहाँ बैठे हुए थे। तो हमने वो स्लिप भेजी, जैसे ही हमने स्लिप भेजी तो वो थोड़ी देर में बाहर आ गए। वो कहते मेरी तो बड़ी अर्जेंट मीटिंग है, आप बताओ। 2-3 लोग ही हम बैठे थे, तो मुझे भी बुलाया, औरों को भी बुलाया, हमारे साथी थे सारे, हम गए। हमने उनको रिक्वेस्ट की बड़े हरिडली, भाई सर ये हमारी इशू है, तो काइंडली हमारी हेल्प करो और ध्यान दो। तो ये हम, और उसके बाद वो कागज़ उसने कहा मुझे दे जाओ, कागज़ हमने वहाँ रिसीट करा दिया और हम ये दोनों काम करके कल वापस आ गए। और मगर ये है भी हमें बार बार जाना पड़ेगा, अगर ये प्रॉब्लम बड़ी न्यूसेंस है, बड़ी क्रिटिकल प्रॉब्लम है, बर्निंग होती है, लोगों के लंग्स खराब हो रहे हैं, विल हैव टू गो अगेन एंड अगेन, और तब जाके समस्या का हल होगा। दिस इज लिटिल ब्रीफ अबाउट यस्टरडे। थैंक यू सो मच। हाँ जी, यस सर,
वेरी गुड।
ये अपडेट दिया अपने उनको, फिर वो वीडियो सबको डाल दिया जो भी था।
Excellent. Okay, any other questions? Anything else?
I am now, sir, no, आप रिकॉर्डिंग शायद बंद कर। I am now no more